If you plant a secret that can burn, the fire will find its way out. Once upon a time, Arike Adedayo grew up in a big white house on Lagos Island. Chief Shegun Adedayo, her father, was a rich and kind man. Aduni Adedayo, her mother, was quiet and a housewife that has never worked in her entire life. Arike was the Adedayo's only child and was a daddy's girl. From the time she could talk, she would always say nice and weird things to her father. One day, Arike ran after her father on his way back from work, held his hand and said, "Daddy, you are my hero." Her mother smiled and treasured the strong relationship between her husband and their daughter. As Arike became a teenager, the innocent hugs began to feel different. One evening, when she was 16, she tried to kiss her father on the lips. Chief Adedayo said softly, "No, my daughter, I love you, but not that way. I'm your father, and this should never happen again." Arike, crying, "You are the only man that truly cares for me, Dad. Everyone, including my teachers, hates me," she replied. "Arike, nobody hates you. So please, stop acting like your mom and I has spoilt you and behave yourself." After that day, Chief sat down, thinking about how Arike behaves whenever she was around him. He finally decided to send her far away to a university in London, hoping distance would cure the strange feeling growing in her heart. In London, Arike studied medicine. She made top grades, but few friends. At night, she scrolled through the old photos of her father and wrote long emails no one ever saw to him. The distance did not break the bond, rather, it sharpened it. After 7 years abroad, Arike became Dr. Arike Adedayo, a respected surgeon. One day, her father had a ghastly car crash in Lagos, which left him in a coma. Arike rushed back home in Nigeria to care for him at the private hospital the family owned. Arike did everything she could to bring him out from the coma. For months, she worked hard day and night. She would talk to her unconscious father, held his hand, and once, in quiet tears, laid her head on his chest. Then it all began one day. Arike started working really late at night and taking advantages of her unconscious father. One afternoon, one of her co-doctors, Mr. Ebuka, walked into Arike's office and said, "Madam, I'm sorry, but from the test being carried on your father, it looks like Chief might never wake up. And I think it's best we let him go off life support. He's not responding to treatment." Arike, crying, she called her mom and shared the news, and they both decided to let Chief off his life support from the hospital. But Arike had something else in mind. Few weeks before letting him off the life support machine, Arike performed a forbidden act and vowed to take it to her grave. Chief Adedayo died 2 weeks later. The city mourned. Arike's grief was silent and twisted with hidden purpose. A year later, and Arike's mother started pleading to Arike to get married. "Arike, you are not getting any younger. You need to get married and start having children. Your father wanted grandchildren before he died. Arike, why not do this for us? Or do you want me to die too? And out of duty as a daughter, Arike agreed to see the family suitor her mother provided. And that was how she met Tunde Alade, a great and handsome banker. He was respectful and patient. Arike, however, felt nothing romantic for him. Her heart was still buried with her father. After 6 months of dating, she finally agreed to marry Tunde. The wedding was golden and grand. On their first night, she lay stiff beside him, whispering excuses about being tired. They tried hard to be a good husband. Breakfast in bed, surprise flowers, bags and shoes, weekend trips, name it. Whilst Arike played the perfect wife, cooking, smiling, hosting friends. When Tunde suggested starting a family, she agreed. Few months later, Arike became pregnant and gave birth to a baby girl. Tunde was overjoyed. Chief's wives, Arike's mother, danced and praised God. Soon, Arike gave birth again to her second child. Few years later, and she was expecting her third child. Arike was 7 months pregnant with the third baby when her mother planned a lavish baby shower for her. As the saxophonist played, a quiet man in a grey kaftan and face cap slipped a brown envelope into the hands of Arike's mother. And when she looked, she saw it was her late husband. She looked at the envelope, but then when she turned to look at the man, he was gone, as if vanished. "Chief," she whispered. Then she opened the envelope, and she was shocked by what she read. The write-up was, "Your husband is the father of your daughter's children. Ask her." The note fell from her hands with shock. She ran outside for some fresh air, shaking and wondering how it was possible, sweating profusely even when outside under the cold touch of the moon. With anger and fear written all over her, she walked back to the party and walked straight to the media. She marched to the microphone and with a shaking voice she said, "Stop the music." Guests fell silent. Arike and her husband froze as she continued. "Arike, whose child are you carrying?" her mother asked. Arike, looking confused, she replied, "Mother, what are you talking about?" Miss Adedayo stretched out the note towards Arike, who left her husband and the guest standing to go take the note, and she gasped as hot tears rolled down her eyes. She whispered, "Mother, please, not here." "Arike, answer me!" her mother yelled. "Ah, Mama, Ejo, don't do this to me, please." "Arike, I will go to the village because of you, and I'm sure you know what that means," her mother said. "So please answer me before God and these witnesses." Arike's knees gave way and she started crying. Tunde tried asking what was going on, but none of them replied. Then he took the note from Arike and threw it away in shock. "Jesus!" he yelled, and then whispered to himself, "How? It's not possible. Arike, what is this?" he asked. With tears in her mother's eyes, she continued, "If you must know, Arike, your father gave that note to me a few minutes ago. He's not happy, Arike. Why not set him free by telling us the truth?" "Tunde, I'm sorry, Arike began. Mom, please forgive me. I was young and I didn't know what got into me. I'm sorry. Arike, what are you even saying? How is this possible? Your father died 8 years ago. Are you out of your mind? Tunde yelled, and Arike began. Growing up as a child, I fell in love with my father because he was the best thing that had ever happened to me. His love, care, pamper, and protection were more than enough. But he didn't like it and wanted me to stop. I didn't listen, and then he sent me abroad to study. But that also didn't change anything. When I returned home to take care of him after his accident, it felt like I was losing him. And it made me take advantage of his unconscious body. Ah! The whole guest yelled. Some closing their mouth, others opened their mouth in shock. Arike! Her husband yelled, but her mother walked towards her and gave her a resounding slap. How could you do that to your dying father, Arike? Shame on you! I'm sorry, mother. I was blinded by my love for him. When I was told by my colleague that he wouldn't make it, I knew I can never love any other man like I loved him. He was my first love. I didn't want to completely let go, so I took some samples of his sperm and stored it in the hospital's freezer, labeling it with a fake code that I only can understand. Gasps rose like thunder from the crowd. Some guests hurried their children away, and some left in a hurry, closing their ears. Arike, Arike, what did I do to deserve this? Please tell me. Please tell me that the one you are carrying is mine, Tunde cried. I'm sorry, Tunde. I just couldn't bring myself to love you like I loved him. This baby is also for him. Tunde fell to his knees, crying. Miss Adedayo wiped her face and took her bag and walked towards Arike. Then she said, Arike, I will leave you to face this abomination alone, she said as she walks away, tired and very weak. That night, she went to her husband's grave to cry. There she slept and never woke up. Her body was found the next day. Arike was now alone. Tunde had left and was going to file for divorce. Social media was also on fire about the wicked act of late Chief Adedayo's daughter, adding to the death of her mother. Arike willed all her properties and her parents' properties to her children and then dropped them off at an orphanage home. A month later, Arike was due to give birth. Arike labored alone for hours and the baby never came. She ran out of strength and was gradually losing herself. Then she remembered her mother's last word. Arike, I would leave you to face this abomination alone. And with that, she took her last breath and gave up the ghost. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to give the story a thumbs up so that others can also watch and learn from this story as well. Until I come your way again with another beautiful story. Bye for now.